Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining the channel today. I'm Dane, your host of the Rock and Metal Guardian. Hope you're doing well wherever you may find yourselves. Today is episode 17 in my little mini series called Back to Back, the greatest album pairs of all time. And today's episode is extremely special to me because this is an artist now, not a band, that I truly love, and they're no longer with us. And because it's their birthday, I thought I would do them today. And I'm talking about none other than David Bowie. So the two albums I have in mind are Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, The Rise of. And the follow-up, of course, is Aladdin Sane. They both have a very similar feel to them. They're not perfectly exact, but there's so many similarities that I think they count. And before we go into these two beautiful, wonderful, absolutely fine albums, let me talk about, in case you're new to the channel or new to the series, mini-series, what are the qualifications for making the greatest album pairs of all time? They must be back-to-back in the discography. They must complement one another. They have to be companion albums. The second one, chronologically speaking, must pick up where the previous one left off in some fashion or fashions, preferably fashions, plural. Could have been a double album. And equally important, they must be seminal works. So let's dive into my favorite album by Bowie. Although most of what he does is fantastic. One of the rare artists whose discography, there's only a couple of stinkers, 2 or 3, maybe 4. I did a ranking video a while back. You can check that out if you're interested. All right, so let's talk about Ziggy Stardust, as I abbreviate it. The first song is 5 Years. Love some of the lyrics here. I never thought I'd meet so many people. This is a slow piece. You have some simple piano here. Love the lyrics. 2/3 of the way in, his voice goes up in intensity. The chorus is really late in the song, but it fits. It's great. I like it. And you have some lush strings later in the song and the arrangements. And I don't play the song enough. Listening to it today again, I'm like, wow, I really need to play the song more. I play this album all the time, but sometimes I'll skip a few songs, and this is one of them. I don't know why I skipped this song. This song's fantastic. Anyway, next is the underrated and deep cut Soul Love. This is one of the reasons why I love this era of David Bowie. I love most of what he does, as I said, but there's something especially charming about this glam period, as brief and quick as it is, and brief and quick as the whole glam period really is in itself. So again, this is a microcosm of why I love this era of Bowie. The glam style voice he uses here, considering his range, is just fantastic. He has a great range, of course. Cool saxophone, upbeat parts are dynamite, especially. The chorus part of the lyrics are, inspirations have I none, what I have is luck in love. Just great lyrics here. Next is the hit Moon Age Daydream. Wow, right? Just a great song. Heavy intro, classical guitar then, that follows. Chorus is dynamite with wonderful piano. Love the line, don't fake it, baby, like the real thing on me. Great. Love the way he says that. The delivery is some of his finest. The song's about wanting to be reassured that the person they love loves them back, right? One of his best. Next is Starman. Speaking of one of his best, some of his best lyrics. Great chorus. It's moody and dreamy, sing-along type style. The arrangement in the chorus is fantastic, and the guitar too here is wonderful. All right. Oops. Next, and I almost forgot, and when it comes to the song as well, but every song, right? But here, especially, what a voice. All right, It Ain't Easy. Harpsichord at the beginning of the song, perhaps. The words here are, I think, dynamite. Something about the way It Ain't Easy is sung, and some of the chorus, and just the song in general, reminds me of the Rolling Stones for some reason. I can't put my finger on it. Bowie doesn't sound like Jagger vocally, but there's something that this could have been a Rolling Stone song maybe. I guess I can imagine him doing this song. You have a bluesy solo at the end, which is a nice touch. And great deep cut, if you ask me. Next is Lady Starlight. Piano intro, another great deep cut from the album. Some of the lyrics, the song went on forever. He sang all night. Love the hyperbole here. Great hyperboles. Then you have the wonderful oxymoronic phrase, I'd smile sadly. The band was all together, as some of the lyrics as well. And kind of, especially now, makes me feel real nostalgic with most of the members of the band having passed on. David, of course, Trevor Bolder, and the late, great Mick Ronson also, right? So when I hear those lines, the band was all together, I get chills thinking about how this was just a special period. These were just magical. And of course, I have everything from Bowie down here. Let's see if I can pull it out right quick. That's not it. I really have to show this when I talk about Bowie. Anyway, I can't find it, but wait, here it is. Have to talk about this magical period, same period. All right. So, what you also have here in Lady Starlight is some more lyrics I want to talk with you. It's brief. The phrase, really great paradise. And just, again, listening to the song, I start to wax nostalgic. Just fabulous. Yeah, this is a great sentimental piece, again, as I said, now more so than ever. All right, next is the song Star. Very upbeat. The piano here parallels or reflects, at least to me, that iconic Mott the Hoople and Ian Hunter sound. It's great. A fun guitar, and then the phrasing from Bowie is just perfect. Next, Hang On To Yourself, one of his hits. One of the greatest glam rock songs of all time, if you ask me. He sings, of course, but also he sings with brief of that talk singing style that he does once in a while. It's brief, but I do like it. Normally, I'm not a fan of that, but it works in this piece. You have some fun, playful guitar. It's mildly crunchy, and it's subtle at times, but I do like it. Trevor Bolder's bass is just right on here. It always is, but it's something special here is what I mean. More special. And there's like clapping stuff that goes in the song that goes with the beat that I love as well. I'm not a big fan of clapping, but I like it here. Next is the title track, Ziggy Stardust, foreshadowing him actually breaking up the band again at the end of the show. I always play the song. And when I play the album start to finish, I mean, great lyrics. He mentions Ziggy was the Nazz. Did that inspire the band, the Nazz? You also have the phrase "Leper Messiah." Did that inspire Metallica? I don't know. I think James Hetfield or it's either James or Kirk who are Bowie fans. Anyway, maybe both. The arrangement is just so in tune with the times. At the time, of course, musically, you have that glam period, as I mentioned, and it's quasi or autobiographical. And the music and the autobiographical lyrics accompany each other so well. They're in sync, right? Next is Suffragette City, another hit, glam masterpiece. The voice is just amazing. Phrasing, inflections, delivery, all of that. Nice upbeat tune. I love that baritone of when he says, it's out of sight, right? It's great, just fantastic. Also, some of the lyrics I like is when he says there's only room for one, talking about one woman in his life, and you have a fabulous solo here. Next is Rock and Roll, fill in the blank, can't say that word on YouTube. Nice acoustic intro. You have some personification here, which will foreshadow the next album. He says, time takes a cigarette to introduce the song. It's a moody song. Bowie's intense, ramping up with the vocals towards the end. He's singing like it's a soliloquy from Shakespeare, 2/3 into the song, give or take, or last quarter of the song. It's so intense. It's a marvel. It's a joy. It's chilling. Words cannot describe how great this part of the song is. This is the best part of the song when he sounds like he's delivering a soliloquy. It's just fabulous. Then you get, if you have the 30th and 40th anniversaries, this is not that. This is just the original with the non-bonus tracks, but I have the 30th anniversary on MP3, so I'm going to talk about John, I'm Only Dancing. I don't understand why the song was not included on the album, because it fits right in, tone, everything about it. One of his best songs, if you ask me. The guitar here kind of quasi-parallels or foreshadows Queen's Crazy Little Thing About Love, just a smidge of that. And you have that high register vocals from Bowie, which I just love. It's great. And then the last, if you have the 30th or 40th anniversary, you have two more songs. You have Velvet Goldmine. Wonderful bass here from Trevor. It's a deep cut. The chorus is not my favorite, but the pre-chorus is what makes the song. Good piano, and you have this quasi-circus feel to it. And finally, the last song, if you have the anniversary edition, is something that was left on the album originally because of its subject matter. It's dealing with promiscuity type behavior, and it's still a remarkable song. I won't talk about the lyrics. It's really the music that makes this song. Bowie's playing his 12-string and Ronson his 6-string. You have a slight rockabilly feel to it, especially towards the end. Excuse me, but it's more of a Chuck Berry style influence song, if you ask me. All right, now we come to Aladdin Sane, and you have the opening track, which it's as if they recorded this song the next day from the previous album. In other words, this album picks up right where the other one left off, perfectly here with the song. Great piano. This, not sure if it's meant to, I don't know the time frame, but this makes me think of Lou Reed's Waiting for That Man. You have some crunchy guitar at times, and you have a great chorus, one of the best choruses in all of David Bowie's discography. Next is the title track, slow lounge-like piano intro. You have some sax with piano, which has a old flavor to it. I'm not sure how to describe old flavor, but it's captivating anyway. This song doesn't fit with anything else on the album or the previous album, and that's the exception to the rule here. But I do like this song. It's quirky, not in the normal quirky sense. It just, like I said, doesn't fit, but there's something alluring or charming about it, despite that you have some interesting arrangements here. It's an odd arrangement, but I like it, as I said. And I love the vocals performance. Next is the very popular Drive-In Saturday. You have some nice saxophone here. The background vocals and Bowie's vocals are intoxicating. What a great song. What a great song. Say it again. What a great song. Panic in Detroit, another hit. Great guitar intro with drums. Fits right in with the previous album as well in so many ways, which I won't go into, but just the overall mood, vibe, atmosphere, tone, expression, delivery, all of that. Then you have this kind of brief cacophony, if you want to call it that, near the end. It's like things are breaking down, sort of entropy, breaking down vibe. It's some songs in that way, right? I like it. The panic is over, or the panic increasing, who knows? Cracked Actor. Heavy guitar intro is great. Underneath that, you have this classic, iconic Ziggy sound here. Maybe the best song on the album is Cracked Actor. I'm not sure, but some days I think it is. I want to get up for this one. Where the previous song, Panic in Detroit, you just want to sit down, relax, take it all in. Next is the song Time. You have the circus-like vaudeville, more of a ragtime intro on piano. And here is where, from the previous album, time is personified again, but in more detail. Well, that's all I'll say about that. I didn't write some of the lyrics down, but I do like the lyrics. You have some interesting guitar here from Ronson accompanying the piano, or the other way around. And you have this is a very Ziggy-like sounding song. It would fit quite well in the previous album. And speaking of that, The Prettiest Star as well. In some ways the music, but you get the motif of the word star. So if you look at this album, you have Starman, that's 1. Lady Stardust, that's 2. Star, that's 3. Ziggy Stardust, that's 4. And then one on here. So there's 5 songs with the word star in it. And of course, this trend much later with his last album, Black Star, as well. So The Prettiest Star, I think, is a very underrated, seriously underrated gem. When I first heard the song, I was like, why was this not played on the radio back in the day when this album came out? I don't think I've ever heard this on the radio. This song, Prettiest Star. Nice deep cut. As I said, it's a motif, the word star here. I think it is. The chorus is underrated, the guitar as well, and there's a kind of a Brian May sound to Ronson's guitar. Maybe it's just me, but that's what I hear. Just a smidge of that, half a smidge maybe. All right, then you get the cover song, Let's Spend the Night Together, the Stones cover that, Bowie doing the Stones rather. It's a boogier version. The piano is phenomenal here. It's not as good as the Stones, yet Bowie does a wonderful job. Let's see if I can find it here as well. This will just take a moment. Yes. This is my favorite covers album of all time. And Let's Spend the Night Together might have fit better on here, but I still like it on Aladdin Sane. Bowie's 2 best bands that do covers, Bowie, Metallica. Go figure, right? Other ends of the spectrum. So there you have it. Genie hit off the album Glam at its finest again. Would fit so well with the previous album. Love the harmonica here, although I'm not a big harmonica guy. Great poetry here as well. Great chorus. The outro bass from Trevor is amazing. Finally, an underrated masterpiece, Lady Grinning Soul. Piano intro once again, that classical style. And when I listen to this, the same way, when I listen to this song and I listen to the song Slow Burn on Heathen, I get the best chills of all time, those 2 songs. And I think to myself every time when I hear this song and Slow Burn, that voice. Oh my God, what an amazing voice. What an amazing talent. Bowie was a gift from God. He truly was. No one has a voice like him. No one will ever have a voice like him, I think. This is one of those plant yourself songs. And I'm in the minority here when it comes to song. I hear people say, it's okay. This is in my top 20, if not my top 10. I'm not serious. I love the song. The bass is great. The saxophone is great. The acoustic guitar is great as well that accompanies the piano, or the other way around. T.S. Eliot, the great 20th century poet, once said, I've got to use words when I talk to you, in one of his plays or poems. But in reality, there are no words to describe how much I like the song and how good the song, or to describe the song in general. Same thing with Slow Burn. I just love the song. Anyway, like I said, it's David Bowie's birthday, and I speak for many when I say that we miss him and we loved him so dearly. Anyway, a little sentimental here. Have a blessed day. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.